Hello everybody, welcome to join the subject Advanced Water and Wastewater Treatment. My name is Hokyong Shon and the subject coordinator. This is my great pleasure to have this journey with all of you during this semester. After this class, I hope you will be confident to advance to water and wastewater treatment in terms of community engagement, design of wastewater treatment plan, design of desalination plan. Before we start, have you read through the subject outline and addendum, which is the modified version for this online delivery? If not, you can stop the video and go to the Canvas to read through it carefully, because this is very important, while I cannot cover all of them in this video. Okay, are you ready to start our first lectures? So today's class is introduction of subject assessment. This will cover the teaching staff, the program, detailed teaching block components, teaching and learning strategies, and Canvas classification, detailed 3 assessment, and guideline marks. So we have 3 teaching staff, myself, and Dr. Sharuk Puncho, Dr. Leonard Tizing. So they will contribute to each module. As such, if you have any question for each module, so please contact them based on your relevant module inquiry. So the preferred contact will be via email or just phone. You can see the phone number from each lecturer, so you can easily access for these teachers. Programs. The subject is based on around student undertaking water supply argumentation design at a hypothetical site. As part of the design process, student will investigate. First one is module 1, socio-technical aspects. And module 2 is advanced water and wastewater treatment process. Module 3 is the seawater desalination plant design. So we have 3 modules, and this will go for this semester. So you can see the block 1. So myself and Leonard will teach introduction to subject assessment and water plan, community engagement, intro to water quality and resources. So block 2 is water and wastewater treatment technologies, conventional versus advanced wastewater treatment technology, and membrane bioreactor. So block 3 includes advanced water treatment, desalination by reverse osmosis. Also, we will learn how to utilize the computer-aided program to design for seawater desalination plant. So we have teaching and learning strategies. First, we strongly recommend to read your materials. So all the materials are available at Canvas. Also, research report, watch your assessment, and then clearly target how to complete your assessment, and lecture reading materials and tutorial point document will be provided at Canvas, and practice the assignment, and you can have a great journey for this design of water and wastewater, including in community engagement. So I hope you can print out less, because this is the UTS and faculty policy. So this is Canvas. Everybody can access this online website. So you can see that this is our subject outline, module, announcement, assessment, also people, and who are the here, and then what's the files. So you can see all the detail from this one. So if you click first the subject outline, so you can read all the detail for the objective of this class. Also module, this can start from your welcome message, who are the teaching staff, how to be successful in this subject. Also, this will provide you the assessment overview and subject resources. Get started with UTS library. So you can have all the detail from this one. And then block 1 also consists of detailed information. What's the overview of the block 1 and reading material and preparation. So you can see all the detail from this document. So just click the module, and then you can go step by step and read carefully all the attachment and links, because there are important information for your assignment scenario and lecture material. So you can follow this week will be a block 1, and then next month block 2, and the following month should be block 3. So you can go one by one. So this way you complete the block 1, and you can follow the instruction to have your assessment 1. So please make sure every information is available at Canvas, so you can utilize this information. Otherwise, just send the email, and then I will let you know where is all the information. So why advanced water and wastewater treatment? Conventional treatment processes are inadequate to produce superior treated water quality. That's the reason why we need to have advanced water or wastewater treatment process design and superior water quality for various water use, potable and non-potable purpose. So nowadays, because of lack of water, we need to consider non-potable purpose, potable purpose, how we can make sure the water quality. So this will achieved by advanced water treatment. Remove emerging pollutants that are not removed by conventional treatment process. Nowadays, a lot of synthetic chemicals, synthetic materials are produced. For example, our perfumes, cosmetics, or some medicines, all are compounds, are emerging pollutants, which are very difficult to remove by conventional treatment process. That's the reason why we have to consider advanced water and wastewater treatment, how to remove better for this emerging pollutant. Ultimately, we can meet the increasing stringent effluent discharge standard, so that we can make sure our ecosystem and people's health. So module 1 will cover basically stakeholder engagement. So you will experience the introduction of subject water cycle treatment process, desalination and wastewater reuse, and Sydney metropolitan water planning. Because we are located in Sydney, so we just focus on Sydney metropolitan water plan. However, basically Melbourne, Brisbane, all the major cities, also they have their own physical or some geological different water planning, but we focus on Sydney, which will have a similar idea how to design water planning and socio-technical relationship for water management, community engagement strategy factors affecting community acceptance. So So assessment information covers scenario, format, and submission online, deadline, and we will also discuss water chemistry, water resources. So block 2 will cover fundamental of water treatment, water and wastewater treatment technologies, and design of water and wastewater process, advanced wastewater treatment technology in terms of membrane separation, advanced oxidation process, absorption, nitrogen, phosphorus removal, and you will design the membrane bioreactor versus conventional activated sludge. So this is the advanced wastewater treatment plant, and this is the conventional. So how this can be different, so you will experience based on your assessment 1. Block 3 consists of what do we have to study to design a seawater desalination plant. So we have a Sydney desalination plant, so we can utilize one of the alternative water resource using desalination. So how to design this seawater desalination and water quality parameters for membrane processes and desalination, and introduction of reverse osmosis, which is the most established technology for seawater desalination, as well as wastewater reuse. So we can learn how to design reverse osmosis and case study Sydney desalination plant. So we can utilize the software, computer-based software, water application value engine, WAVE software can be downloaded, and you can see the canvas, you can see the link, and then I will let you know when we have block 3 in June. Also, we have to learn how to integrate of water treatment process. So assessment 1, 2, 3. So consists of 30% of task 1, 35% task 3. So we don't have final exam during this semester, but we will carefully look at your written report. So 30% stakeholders community engagement by 26 April, and 35% advanced wastewater treatment process design by 24th of May, and 35% of seawater desalination plant design by 14th of June. So these are all individual reports. So each teaching module class covers a specific aspect of the design of the water supply argumentation scheme at a hypothetical site. So before you start your individual report, I strongly recommend to read scenario for the assessment, which will give a better idea. And then there are several important basic information in terms of water characteristics in seawater, wastewater, and then basic equation to design your wastewater treatment plant and seawater desalination plant. So submission will be at the Canvas Dropbox. You need to submit original MS Word file only. Do not submit PDF file because we need to go through the turning it. So if some problem, send to my email. Use your official student email, and our scenario based assessment will be different. So you can see from the canvas, the scenario is you are employed by Sydney Water, or any water utilities as civil and environmental engineering consultants that specialize in strategic planning and design of water supply treatment infrastructure. So you have won the tender to undertake a desktop assessment and feasibility design for a water supply and augmentation study at Sydney. The scope of activities will involve a technical socio-economic evaluation of alternative water supply sources of any proposed water supply option, and design of wastewater reuse and desalination plan. So you can see a lot of information on your scenario. So your scope of work requires you to produce the 3 reports on your investigation. Your report is expected to be of professional standard, which would include a title page, authorship, table of contents, page numbers, as well as having clarity and appropriate grammar and terminology. The extent to which the report attains this standard and their technical quality will be reflected in the mark obtained. The distribution of marks within each section is indicated. Please refer to assignment sheet for detail of each of the 3 reports. So you can read this scenario and then you can start for your assessment. Also, we will cover Sydney Metropolitan Water Plan. So this is how to secure increased water demand in the future, adapt climate change and increase drought resilience, balanced of water restriction and environmental flows. The water plan reviewed every 4 years. So this is the last 3 years ago, 2017. So this will give you how to utilize our water planning in Sydney, and you will have a better idea how water people are planning for our securing water resources. So core elements of the water plan: rain-fed dams as a main source of drinking water supply, wastewater recycling and reuse to reduce the fresh water demand, Sydney desalination plan to supply up to 70% of the water. So innovative water efficiency program will be covered in this document. So you can see what's going on in Sydney water planning. So this is our scenario. So you can see from the scenario document. So we are located in Sydney, and we have a desalination plant in Cornwall, so near the airport. So you can see the airport here, and then we produced around 250 million liters per day, and then supply to the Sydney Park and distribute to all Sydney area. And then this is the wastewater plant. So we have a desalination plant and then several wastewater treatment plant for recycling or just a primary treatment process. So how we can design better wastewater treatment process using advanced technology, and desalination plant, how to design using our reverse osmosis membrane technology. That's our scenario, so you can read carefully. And this is the assessment task, stakeholder engagement report. So Dr. Leonard Teaching will give you a lecture based on this assessment. So he will explain the block 1, what's the method stakeholder engagement after class, and you can submit your assessment by 26 April. So this is the report format, cover pages, originality statement, title page, table of contents, so abstract executive summary, and then background. So you can see what kind of background you have to cover, describe the water situation problem in Australia and metropolitan Sydney in particular. Also discuss the key initiatives, including role of the wastewater reuse, and do a literature review on the status of the direct potable reuse around the world, including Sydney. Also situational analysis. Do a situational analysis using strengths, weaknesses, the opportunities, threats framework if direct potable use is proposed in Sydney, and discuss each point in the analysis, including public perception. Stakeholder analysis. For direct potable reuse project, identify the targeted the key stakeholders, their roles, and how they will affect the project. Provide the stakeholder metrics and rate their levels of interest and influence. Identify the most important stakeholders to the project and describe their role. Stakeholder engagement and evaluation strategy. Develop and describe stakeholder engagement strategy for adoption of direct potable reuse. Also describe the appropriate engagement activity such as stakeholder surveys, information day, issue paper, each technique, and describe your approach to monitor and evaluate the effectiveness of your engagement strategy. Reflection and conclusion. References. So marks provide for overall report format and structure, sentence flow, clarity, English language, including grammar, will be considered very carefully. Also task 2. So you need to design wastewater reuse process. So abstract, background, what's the importance of the related issue for wastewater reuse for potable, non-potable purpose in Australia, the current wastewater treatment assessments. So you need to provide a brief background on the Malaba wastewater treatment plant, and including history, location, capacity, coverage, describe the current wastewater treatment system at Malaba wastewater treatment plant, including all its process components. Also prepare your own detailed process layout diagram of existing treatment plant. Alternative wastewater treatment system using membrane bioreactor. So evaluate and propose an alternative treatment process design incorporating MBR as a new technology. Draw your own process or flow diagram of proposed alternative treatment plan incorporating membrane bioreactor process. Also describe the rationales of the alternative treatment system and also the component of the additional process. Conduct a detailed comparative design analysis of the proposed MBR system with the existing. So you can calculate and compare the space required by the MBR and the current wastewater treatment in Sydney using given design parameter and assumed from reference if necessary. Also calculate the compare differences in total power of and the specific energy. So this information can be found in your assessment scenario, as well as the Block 2 lecturer, Dr. Shon. He will provide you a detailed equation how to calculate this kind of detailed information and discuss water quality characteristics of the current wastewater treatment plant. Also explain the advantages and disadvantages between the MBR and current wastewater treatment system, drinking water supply argumentation. So you can provide at least 2 alternative options to upgrade existing wastewater treatment plant to produce treated water for drinking water supply. So draw your own wastewater treatment process flow diagram. Also explain the rationale, the chosen additional process component. Also discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the two options as water supply. Discuss the water quality characteristics of a current wastewater treatment plant. And conclude and reference. Also, you can make a professional way of the report from assessment. The last assessment, 35%. This due is the 14th June, and then you can complete your course. And basically, you can design seawater desalination plan. So Sydney desalination plan can be designed based on your own knowledge and skills. So abstract background, you can discuss about related desalination for future water security in Australia, Sydney, and then desalination plant process diagram and detailed design of the reverse osmosis process. So you can clearly show all the detail using wave water application value engine software. So computer aided design has to be applied from this one, and provide a comprehensive literature review on the impact of the brine disposal for cuttlefish. Also shutdown plan of desalination plant, because when we have enough water dam level, so we don't have to operate desalination plant, because this is a very energy intensive process, so we can save a lot of energy and cost. So you can shut down based on the dam level of Sydney area. And then how we can shut down this desalination plant, how do we restart. So that will be one of your objective for this assessment, and conclusion and professional way of your assessment report required for this assessment 3. So assessment report guideline include you must have a cover page with subject details, assessment name and number, student details, lecturers details, and 10 to 15 pages, 2 centimeter margins with title pages. You must have clear sections based on the guide questions. In assessment task details include an abstract or executive summary. Also, you should do proper citations, including for tables and figures. Use the latest references as much as possible, and English must be clear, must do literature review, and also input your own analysis and discussion. Assessment exemplars are available, so you can ask your lecturer for each module. So they will provide a poor example and good example on the canvas, so you can refer to your assessment examples. So if you have any question, so please email me or email either lecturer based on each module. So I hope you enjoy this class, and I will see you next lectures. Thank you.